live action this time. You can see me and not through a webcam.
He said, "Duh."
Increasing quality all of a sudden. But yeah, we are here, episode 26 of the Loose Podcast. You already know what it is. I'm joined by my homie Ryan, as usual. You already know. And we're back, live and in picture, and in color too. Yeah, man. So let's just jump right into it. So we texted yesterday. You want to know what the topic was, and I was just like, cancel culture. What's your personal definition of what cancel culture is to you? Not to like what everyone else is doing, but
what
you.
it is to me.
Yeah, what does cancel culture mean to you?
When the people are like, when somebody does something that a lot of people don't like, and they just delete them from the existence.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like everyone's or most people's definition is just like you're gone. Get out of here. Yeah, you're done. But I do want to know like what warrants somebody to be canceled. Like what's the because obviously like there are things that, you know, there are some wild things you can do to get canceled, of course, but there are also some things that like you may do just because like, you know, I mean you messed up. Like people slip up, you know what I'm saying? Like does anything bad, like anything, it doesn't matter if it's really bad or like not that bad at all, does it all require the same reaction? Like you gotta go?
I feel like
it's weird, right?
I don't know. That's because sometimes, you know, people deserve it. You know?
Of course. I'm not denying that. Like some people truly deserve to get canceled for real.
Yeah.
But
What's his name? Shane Dawson.
Oh my gosh.
That
type of dude, he has to go. I don't ever want to see him online again.
Get him out.
Get him out of here. But like, for example, what do you think about Travis Scott?
Oh, me and my sister and I were just talking about this. Okay, so the thing about that in that concert is that he has a past history of doing stuff like that. So you know, when you're a musician, you can see, like, if you're performing on a stage, like if I perform on a stage, I can see everybody in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like I know I can see what's going on.
Right.
And I'm the one in control because I'm the artist. Like I'm the one singing. I'm the one telling the crowd to engage. You know.
Right.
So he definitely saw everybody. Like,
I mean, you gotta be looking at the crowd. At least.
He said, no.
Yeah, it's lit. Bro,
I was like, if I'm on a stage and I'm performing and I see somebody pass out, I'm gonna be like,
all right, let's stop, guys. Let's take a couple steps back. Something, you know what I'm saying?
Like what's going on
here? He did the bare minimum. Like, he acknowledged that. That's the worst part too to me. Like, he acknowledged it. Like,
he said, "Oh, you're passing out." Oh.
Yeah, he's like.
Anyway,
I mean, like, man, dude. Like, the thing is, for me, in my opinion, not only is Travis Scott responsible, but everybody involved is responsible.
That's a fact.
Everybody involved is responsible.
I feel like Travis Scott, like people were trying to like give excuses for him. And it's like it's not just Travis. He was up there performing. It's like, but he's the one who's commanding the crowd. And at his past concerts, like
he's in command.
Yeah, I went to a Travis Scott concert in 2016, and I saw how he did it. It was crazy. Yeah. This man will literally like he'll incite people to go crazy, and people will do it because it's Travis Scott.
Because it's Travis Scott. It's hype, you know.
He brings a lot of hype and people like they're not thinking when
no, they are on like monkey mode. Yeah. They are on monkey mode for real, bro.
They de-evolve.
Bro, they're going down like it. That's what I'm saying. Like Travis Scott is directly involved. Of course, he's responsible. The crew, they're involved. Like the cameraman, like all the staff, security.
Did you see the videos of the girl and the guy who were trying to get him? I was like, that's crazy.
That is insane. And a lot of people don't say this, but I truly believe this. The audience, too, is responsible.
Definitely.
100%.
Those people who are running in with no tickets. But that's also Travis Scott because he was the one who told them to run in with no tickets.
Really?
I mean, like, he was like, everybody's going to get in. Like, I'm going to make a way for everybody to get in.
That's the thing, man. It's like, we are like, unfortunately, artists like Travis Scott, because we remember literally last week when we were talking about like, oh, people, you know, we're like, you know, they're not like as hyped for celebrities anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then literally the week after that episode came out, like this happens. Like, I retract my statement. It's like literally people died, bro.
Yeah,
people died
over a concert.
And see, that's what I'm saying. It's like like it's almost like over time. This is like the peak, right? But over time, like you said, since 2016 all the way up to now, like people have like increased in insanity over at least at like concert behavior, increased in insanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course, there are always going to be like mosh pits and stuff like that. Of course, that's always going to be a thing.
Definitely.
You know, crowd surfing, jumping into the crowd, going crazy, stomping, like, you know, all that type of stuff. That's normal, I would assume. But at the same time, there has to be a level of control that you have over the crowd where, like, if you need to stop the show, you can do it instantly. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know. It's it's definitely, like, I'll admit that, like, you know, it seems hard to kind of control so many people at once. But at the same time, like,
have you seen that old video of Logic at a concert? It was like Logic controlling the crowd.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
It was like him controlling the crowd. He was controlling every single person. So I'm like, if Logic
Logic can do it,
why can't Travis Scott do it? It's like,
yeah. I don't understand. But even so, going back to the original question, like, does that warrant cancellation?
I mean,
like,
yeah,
it's hard, right?
I feel like, I mean,
like, you're done. Like in the context or the definition of what cancellation is, do you think that Travis Scott should be canceled?
I mean, I think he might have to get out of there. It's because it was like foreseeable, like in lawyer terms. Like they could have stopped
pain and suffering, man.
They could have stopped it, like, and they knew something like this was eventually going to happen due to Travis Scott's past history of
just insanity
and doing craziness. So when things actually go like crazy, it's like not a surprise because you saw that it was traits of that could happen over time. Yeah. So I feel like, he definitely deserves to.
Like, you know, unfortunately, you know, music's cool and everything, right. But at the same time, like, people died. People died, bro.
And it's not that they died because, you know, sometimes people die of weird things, like somebody overdoses and it wasn't Travis Scott's fault.
See, that's the thing. There are people that did pass out and things like that, and it wasn't even his fault. People were like pricking other people with like drugs.
Scarecrow was in the crowd. I said, "What's going on?"
But injecting fear toxin in the crowd.
Where's Batman?
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's kind of like some things you can't pin on Travis because he literally, like, that part, you know,
he didn't
really have any control over. But at the same time,
but I feel like when he saw people that were getting, like, he was getting notified that things were going bad, then he should have just been like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he literally acknowledged it and then continued the show.
Yeah, so
you know, what I'm saying? Like, it's.
He definitely has a lot of responsibility with that,
for sure.
And it's his what's it called, fesival. It's like has his name and everything.
Astro
so
World,
like,
bro. Like, that's
definitely Travis Scott. That's his responsibility. Him and his team. So,
right.
Yeah, he deserves. I think he deserves to get on.
You can get out of here, dude.
You can get out for real.
So now that begs the question of do you think that we as people should forgive?
Definitely, yeah. I definitely think that, and he will be forgiven over time, just like how the baby was forgiven.
Yeah, like of course he was forgiven in what, a month's time.
Yeah, so he will be forgiven. Just like I think everybody over time, they just have to
improve. Yeah, of course. I mean, you literally said, like, you started an example, or you gave an example earlier, like Shane Dawson. You think you could forgive Shane Dawson?
That man is already back to making videos.
Of course, of course.
Do I personally forgive him? Only if he has a track record. I mean, I feel like everybody has a chance to be forgiving, right? So even Shane Dawson, even his craziness, that was crazy. But
of course,
I feel like he does. Like you can't hold a hammer over somebody's head for forever. It's like he's definitely gonna change and gonna learn from what he did. So I definitely think he can be forgiven, but it does take a little bit of time.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I mean that's the thing too, because like there are different types of people in different mediums that have done, you know, different things as far as like just terrible stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, like you got YouTubers. Like what are the what's the normal thing for YouTubers to get canceled for usually?
racism,
like either racism or pedophilia, one of the two,
something like that.
Yeah, like
a mix of the two.
A mix of the two. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like it's weird because those two things are insane, right?
Yeah, very, very
like
crazy. I mean, I wouldn't.
of course. Like that's
that's
like,
what I would do.
And the thing is, you get to a point we got to a point like last year or like 2019, where it was just like people getting caught like left and right doing craziness, right? And it got to a point where it's like, is it that hard to not talk to underage girls, bro? And be like not be racist? Yeah, like I think the Shane Dawson one was like the craziest. Oh no, it was one of the craziest. You heard of James Charles, right?
Of course.
Oh boy, James Charles, man.
Oh brother.
Man, oh man, dude.
Brother.
I mean, and the thing is with James Charles it was like not okay. With Shane, it was an amalgamation of things that like we brought up from the past. And like it was like
the Smith family said, "We hate you."
You know, and it was like, okay, Shane, here's everything that you did. You gotta go, bro. All right, you're on some craziness. But James Charles, that was different because he did the thing, he did the wrong thing, he got canceled for it, and then he did the same thing again, over and over again. And at this point, it's like he doesn't learn, and like it's almost like he can't get like he's ignoring what people think of him almost.
I think that's how you defeat cancel culture.
Low key. Yeah. That's just like a counter against against cancellation. I mean, if you just ignore it, I guess. And the thing is, he wasn't even ignoring it. That's what gets me hot. Is that like he got canceled and apologized and was like crying and stuff. Like he was apologizing and everything, you know, and then he turns around and does the same thing again, and I'm like, James,
you guys got him.
He said, "I'm not to no good." For real.
It's like, oh my gosh, not this guy.
Not this guy, dude. And the thing, I mean, like, here's the thing. I mean, for people that don't know what James Charles it continues to do, I'm sure, is like he just keeps getting in bed with underage boys, dude.
Yeah,
like
that's really messed up.
It's just like, you know, like whatever. Do what you do. If that's what you want to, like, you know, if that's what you want to do, fine. But like, do it, you know, with people your own age at least. You know what I'm saying?
Do it,
like,
or go to jail.
Yeah, or actually just do it and go to jail.
Go to jail and be there where you do.
Right, exactly.
Like,
I mean, there is no like he hasn't been charged with anything, literally, and it's all over the internet. How does that even happen?
He's
yeah. Skin and money.
He's Caucasian.
He's Caucasian. So yeah, but no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, going back to the original question, like, can you forgive? Because there are some people like the extreme.
I feel like you should be able to have everybody has the potential to be forgiven, or everybody can be forgiven. Mm-hmm. But it's like you have to show.
You have to show significant improvement.
I feel like anybody can. You should be able to extend forgiveness to people, and it's just. But that's how you get, like, you hurt yourself. But it's you like. I feel like everybody should be forgiven.
Yeah, of course.
And even someone like James Charles. But it'll take, like, it's over time. Like, he needs to show that he change of action. He needs to show that he's actually sorry for what he's actually doing. But right now, it
doesn't seem
like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he does if he learns from what he's like.
Because we don't know what's happening behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
never.
But the thing is, it's another segue into another topic. Even if we do forgive, do you think they should hold the same status?
That status?
The status that they used to before they got canceled. Because we can forgive Travis Scott, but are we still going to buy his music and listen to his music and stuff like that? So keep supporting him, monetizing his stuff. Like,
that's a good question. I don't think it should be. But that's like in a perfect world. I don't think it should be like that, but it's definitely gonna be. People are gonna support.
Yeah,
But
because you always got loyal fans. Like
you have loyal fans that you built, and then they're gonna be supportive of almost anything you do. Like, you know what I think about? I think about Logan Paul in the Suicide Force. That man's you know how he did he filmed it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
but then he learned about it. Like he learned what he did was wrong, and then he like had a whole character arc moment where he turned and realized like his actions were very immature, and now he's like doing good for himself, which I think is like
like people, and that's the thing too, is like people will always hate. Like they're always going to be hardcore fans, and they're always going to be like lifelong fans and lifelong haters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't want to be either. You don't
shout out to the haters.
Keep supporting your boy.
Shout out to everybody.
Keeping me relevant.
Shout out to the haters, man.
Yeah, but I think you shouldn't be either. I don't think you should be like a crazy diehard fan, and I don't think you should be a crazy hater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that just seems coming from a place of unhealthiness.
Yeah, on both ends. Like that's the extreme. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like there obviously should be a balance on like who and how you support. You know. And if
why,
you're
kind of why
and
too.
why too, right? There's got to be a why as well. And like, you know, I'm sure there are fans of James Charles, and there's like a way that you can be a healthy fan. I think that's the point I'm trying to get at. Like there's a way you should be a healthy supporter, because at the end of the day, like when somebody you like does something something wrong, you shouldn't feel mad per se, but you should feel like disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Feel like, man, you know, I really supported you. I was rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? But
we were rooting for you.
Yeah, like, and you know, at the same time, doesn't mean you have to like drop them or stop supporting them. I guess it depends on what they do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you should want the best for them. Like you should want them to improve. It's not like, you know, I hate you because you did this. It's like I want you to be better. You know what I'm saying? And
that's true. That's a fact.
Yeah,
I get with that.
Yeah, and it's like obviously these are people you don't know. Obviously,
yeah, that's another thing. It's like you don't know them. You know what they're putting out. Like you know the product that they're making, or like the persona that they have. Like you don't know who these people are.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, I do think that like everybody should people should keep people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like you should want to do good things, and people should want you to do good things. You know what I'm saying? And then that means like also being like. That also extends to whatever happens behind closed doors when we can't see.
Oh man, that's kind of hard, because you never know what the character of some of these people are.
Of course, you you never know. Like you can really be messing with somebody, like a YouTuber or a music artist or an actor. You can really mess with them.
The perfect example, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
That man, Chris Brown is a villain.
Yes, he is a villain, bro. That's a villain.
That man is throwing hands with everybody behind closed doors.
He fights everyone. His hands are rated E for everyone.
That man be fighting everybody, and then he puts out a song. People are like, I love him.
He's so sexy.
It's like, oh my gosh, this man's is crazy.
Man, oh man. And here's the thing too.
You know what they do? This man, Chris Brown, beat up somebody, then do a backflip, and then land on beat on the Future concert to March Madness, and then people go crazy. He just landed that backflip.
No one's gonna acknowledge that he beat up his manager.
His manager in the back. Chris, why? It's a backflip.
He straight up just knocks out his DJ and then does a backflip.
I said, oh my gosh, he could dance so well.
No one see, but that's so crazy, right? It's funny, but at the same time, like it's an insane concept that we normalize today.
That's crazy.
It is insane,
so
right?
Crazy.
Because like I don't know if you watched the Dave Chappelle special. If you haven't, it's fine. But I'm just gonna like summarize what he said.
I heard a little bit about it. I haven't watched it all.
Yeah, like that's not even like I'm referring to like a completely different topic as to what different than how he got canceled. But Dave Chappelle. Dave got canceled. I mean, he's in the process of. They're attempting to cancel him. He's not. He hasn't gotten canceled personally. Yeah. He Dave Chappelle definitely countered that.
He's a counter.
Full counter. Yeah, but anyway, Dave said in this special that like they're canceling the baby because of a comment he made during a concert.
Oh yeah, the baby comment.
Right, the baby comment. But no one batted an eye when he literally killed someone at a Walmart.
That's true.
Right?
He did do that.
He did do that. Right?
I saw a YouTube video of somebody explaining how he got away with it. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
bro, he murdered somebody. And people were in like, let's go. Let's go. I pull up. Let's go. Yeah. See, exactly, right? Like we will like literally ignore an entire murder case.
He said, what?
Someone got killed? Who killed who?
The baby?
Let's go. Exactly. So, and that's the thing.
Go.
And that's the thing. Like, why are we like hyper focusing on one thing when like we're letting so many other things go? That's another aspect of like cancel culture that like we're ignoring things that should be canceled too.
That's a fact.
You know, and we're like going like, oh, he made a comment about, you know, this or that, like he offended a group of people or whatever. It's like arguably, like, okay, offending someone, no one wants to get offended, right?
I mean, but you're gonna have to get through.
I mean, hey,
it's
whatever.
It's
character development. You know what I'm saying? Thick skin, whatever. But at the end of the day, getting offended is a whole lot better than getting your, killed.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like getting killed or beating someone to a bloody pulp
in a mall. Just beat up one of my ops. Let's go.
Shout out to the haters. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot worse than like going after a group of people, like offending them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously, don't do that. But, I'm not. But at the same time, like, if you're gonna go after somebody for saying something, go after someone for doing something too.
Like, be equal, not evil, equal. Like,
yeah.
Look at their whole past track record, or not. Or like they've done like. You can't just look at that one and not look at this one. Because
right.
Everything is...
Exactly.
You gotta fix everything.
And people are... We got a lot of psychopaths out here, man. We, like, legitimately. And, like, they're out free, got supporters. Like, they're not getting canceled for anything. And they're, like, certified psychos. They're just roaming free. Like,
let me think.
Who's canceling them?
Is there somebody specific that hasn't gotten canceled that deserves to be canceled? That you can name specifically?
Man, I gotta think. I really gotta think because
I know for a fact that there's one.
There is 100%. There definitely is. I can name like the opposite though. That got canceled like into the ground, like the way that they should have. Finally, R. Kelly.
Yeah, that man's had it coming for years, for decades.
Bro, hold on, real quick.
R. Kelly deserved that, bro.
I gotta talk about the fact that he was like, obviously, you know what he was doing, and stuff. Like the sex rings and things like that, the peeing on ladies. But the funniest thing I gotta say, this was hilarious. Obviously, it was really terrible, but it's just so funny how he went to like different countries in Africa, and he was throwing concerts and everything. And he literally, they weren't songs that were on any album anywhere. Or singles. Oh, yeah. He made up songs to try to get girls to come with him back to the States. He like on the fly.
That man was a menace.
Oh my god.
He's crazy.
Wait, he was like, "Do you have your passport? Do you have your shots?"
That man. Everybody, I saw the Boondocks episode where they're like, "We hate R. Kelly." Drops a song. We love R. Kelly.
Dude, Boondocks were like on something else, dude. They predicted like everything pretty accurately.
That's crazy.
Not gonna lie. But yeah, no. Going back to your original question, I'm really trying to think like, who's like an actual psycho? I mean, Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Chris Brown. Like that's a perfect example.
He didn't get canceled when he beat up Rihanna.
That's because cancel culture wasn't a thing.
That's crazy because people were doing craziness.
Right. The only because people were like, we would read it at least, or our parents would read it, right, and be like, wow, that's crazy, and then move on with their day. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. Like they would get a story published out on them, or like a news special, or a documentary, or whatever.
Chris Brown just beat up Rihanna.
Chris Brown broke Rihanna's face in 7 different places, and our parents
don't forget to buy his album.
right. Advertising him at the same time.
He said, "What the?"
And people would watch him like, wow, that is so sad. Go on with their day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was tweeting about it. Nobody was doing anything on Facebook or social media. It was just like, oh, that's so unfortunate.
Because I remember that. I remember seeing her face. I was like, man, that's
dude. Looking at Rihanna's face, like when it was like fresh, that was freshly crazy. Beaten.
I'm like, who dude just took a picture of Rihanna after she just got beat up like that? What? Why are they doing that? I was like, what? Wow. She bounced back though.
I mean, oh my gosh, yeah, of course. I mean, she's on top. She's on top.
She
of the
said,
world.
I'm about to be so deep in my duffel right now. Has her bag going to the bank.
Oh man, I mean that's the thing. I don't know, man. Like as far as like a big celebrity goes, I think most people, we know how to adapt. Like us as human beings, we know how to adapt. You know what I'm saying? So like, obviously, in this new scope, in this new like environment of people watching you with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, people are
all
just
the time.
Looking at other people.
People are looking,
have
man.
Too much access to your life.
I know, and that's a whole nother topic too, as far as like what should be public and what shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, it's getting kind of hard. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Because like, I mean, because the thing is, me personally too. I'm not gonna out myself or anything, but like, I was like, hold up. I want to be a content creator, right?
Right.
I'm trying to get big, grow followers, things like that.
Right.
So let me go to my Twitter and whatever, all my social medias, and let me go back to like way back.
let me double check
real quick. Let me go way back and let's see. And I want to be real. I had to delete a couple tweets.
My tweets are going crazy.
I had to delete a couple tweets. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For a while.
So like that's the thing. For me to actually have to consciously make the decision to go back and do that, crazy. that lets you know what kind of world we live in right now. As far as like, because people are gonna go through your tweets, your social media, and like and look for. They're going to specifically look for something to get. Come on, I gotta find something.
Chief Food, you gotta find anything? He said, no. He's clean.
He's clean. Dang it. On to the next.
Literally, that's how people are, I feel like.
Of
Especially
course.
when they start liking somebody, they try to find a reason to stop their brains from liking.
That's another thing too. Okay, because like, we've been talking about like the actual content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you gotta cool off on this and that, whatever. But going back to the audience, like, they're toxic too.
No,
like,
it's definitely toxic.
Like going through. Okay, great example. James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Homie got fired, literally fired. Thank God he's back there to direct Guardians 3. But he literally got fired just because of some old tweets he tweeted out in like 2013, 2012.
What was it? Did he say something racist?
It wasn't racist. It was a dark joke. It was like dark humor.
Oh, okay.
It was something like, it was like, oh yeah, dead baby, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, classic dark humor. I don't know.
Dead baby. Got him.
I got him. But the thing is, they found this tweet. Like I said, I don't know. I don't remember the exact tweet. I'm just saying whatever. But it was to a point where it was like, so Disney, this is who you're allowing to direct your movies, huh? So this is the
brother.
I'm like, hey man, come on,
it's a good movie.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, okay, fine. Like, okay, you want us to see it? We saw it. Is it bad? Yes. But it goes back to what we were saying about like forgiving and improving and being a better person. He literally, because the way he handled it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I forget. How did he do it?
James was like, listen, it wasn't no big giant apology. He was like, look, I apologize for what I said. earlier in my career, I was a different person, but I improved. I'm better. I'm a completely different person. That's not who I am anymore. And left it at that.
That's great.
And left it at that. It wasn't anything spectacular or anything. He did his due diligence. He apologized, and he proved that he was a better person.
I like that. I saw Logan Paul do the same thing when he did the Suicide Force thing, and then he apologized. Yeah. He was like, "I'm sorry. That was the wrong thing. I will do better." And he just ended it. I was like, "Whoa,
that's it. That's all you need. You don't
oh God, I'm so sorry." I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
but but I also like. It's like it feels like there's a spectrum about what you get canceled for because James Charles does all that, barely gets any type of press. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown does that, doesn't even get attacked. Mm-hmm. The Baby almost ruins his entire career for his comment. Yep. Chance the Rapper drops a bad album. You never hear his name again.
Poor Chance, bro. He didn't even do anything wrong, bro. He offended people's ears. That's what happened, bro.
He didn't even say anything. He didn't even do anything. All he did was make an album. Yeah.
I've never Chance, you're done.
I'm never listening to this man ever again. It's like, what? It was just a miss.
Bro, real quick, just side convo real quick. Okay, you're on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember when Chance, like when TikTok was coming up? It was like a couple months ago, actually. And Chance made a sponsored TikTok.
Oh,
what was that? What kind of beat was that, bro? He was like, hey guys, do what this. And bro, people were doing it and clowning this man, bro.
It was like, I think it's just his streak of bad music was just enough for people that just to bury him.
Oh my God. You know what was the worst part is that he really thought he was doing something too, bro. He thought I was like,
he got the Starbucks check.
I'm nice.
He got the Starbucks check and he was like, bro, I gotta make this go. He's like, bro, come on. He's like, come on,
bro. You can't be doing that, bro. Someone's paying you money,
bro. Come on.
Oh my gosh, bro. I feel so sorry for Chance, dude. Yeah, he fell off so hard.
How you get canceled for bad music? When people out here being racist and all that. They got canceled for bad music.
I love my wife. I love
my wife. I'm pouring out for Chance.
Pouring out for Chance, bro. He ain't doing nothing wrong. He just made bad music.
His music was so bad, he lost it. He lost everything.
Oh my gosh, he's sitting on his bed right now, looking at his 3 hat.
Like, what did I go wrong?
What have I done?
Where did I go wrong?
This used to mean something.
He said, my life sucks.
My life sucks. Oh man, that's good. Oh man, that sucks. I feel bad for Chance, dude.
This man was literally. I remember it was literally. He was like on the top, or like he was like the most well known.
He was rising so rapidly, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I know everybody says this, but acid rap was just so good.
Yeah.
Just so good.
It was a classic.
It's a classic, bro.
It's a classic tape.
Yeah, you know. I mean, like I said, he was rising so rapidly, so fast that like the turn, like the decline, was just as fast.
Yeah, he said, I was like, dang, God. I was like, where'd Chance go? I remember this man was getting sponsored. He had Apple Music. Apple was sponsoring him. He got sponsored by Kit Kat. He was in commercials, even shows. And then all of a sudden, he just disappeared.
He's gone.
I'm like, man, that's crazy.
I mean, nobody wants to do anything with him. It's unfortunate. But anyway, going back to your original thing, what were you saying about like artists?
Oh, I think I said people who deserve to get canceled that haven't got canceled.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I think I really can't think of anything. Oh no. Okay. Here's what I want to talk about, like the science of canceling, like.
Okay.
Because here's the thing too. Like no one really like talks about is the types of fans that you have dictate on how you get canceled.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like, you can so like going back. I know I keep bringing back James Charles, but like look at the fans that James Charles has. Right.
It's like makeup
people, like
girls,
predominantly women.
Yeah.
You know,
like middle school LGBT girls,
community.
LGBT. Sometimes it's like I'd say it's from like early middle school to like early 20s, like 20, 24, 25. Like people who like that, they'll watch James Charles. Like if they stumble across a James Charles video, they're gonna watch it. You know, see what he's doing.
Right. Exactly. And those are the type of people that like. If they are fans for anyone else, because like James is like he's almost like a face of the LGBT, one of the big faces of the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? And like obviously they're not gonna throw him under the bus. Like they're gonna like stack up on this man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come to that man's defense. And like how people get canceled is somebody sees what's happening from the outside. And they distribute, like, what's going on over there?
What's that?
Whoa. And then they let everyone else know on the outside.
Get a load
of this guy.
Get a load of this guy. Hey, what's he doing?
And then their fans are like, no, he's good, he's fine. You're trying to protect their...
That's literally how it is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's literally, it's always starts with one person.
And always. Somebody makes a tweet like, are you serious? Did he just say that?
Right.
And the fans are like,
no. Like, that's always how it starts. It's like, okay... It's always like a perspective from the outside. Not all the time, but like for the most part, creators and influencers like James Charles, that's how it starts. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, you got fans like, Logan Paul and Jake Paul fans. Like when they were like on YouTube, you're talking about like
they were like middle school boys,
like middle school boys and high school boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, little mini hype beasts. Like,
dude, oh my gosh, I'm going to the ball. I'm gonna stand on the table and scream.
I'm so random. Whoa.
No way.
Yeah, man. Like those are the type, and obviously, like when they do something wrong, they're not gonna go cancel freaking Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
Dude,
like what's dude? He was just joking, dude.
Dude, why would I do that?
Joking, dude.
It was a prank, dude.
Dude, that Suicide Force video was hilarious. Dude,
that was so funny, dude.
I would have done the same thing, bro.
He said the parties that Jake Paul went through, and then he was messing with his neighbors. Dude, Jake Paul is so cool, man.
Dude, see, that's the thing. Like, it's weird. Like I said, the type of content you create and the type of person you are will attract a specific type of fan to you. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what those fans that you attract, that's gonna depend on that's gonna dictate the severity of the cancellation. If you were to get canceled.
That's an equation or something.
Right. I'm like if there's a science to it, bro. There's a science to it. Like you got to think a lot deeper about these things because like what we think is like, oh man, like, you know, James Charles didn't get canceled that hard, or Jake Paul got canceled into the ground. Like two of the extremes. You gotta like. There is a reason behind that, and it's because of the fans and the creators like content. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's the thing. Like, bring it all to a head. Like, as far as like going back to the original question, because I don't think you answered it fully. Is the status like? Should you?
Oh,
keep the status?
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think you should be able to have that same status because, but I don't want to say you can't because you obviously have the potential to change. And if a person like does something and then they turn it around, then having a platform would actually be good because then you can see how this person was and then how this person is now. And it's like an example for you if you ever make a mistake or something.
Because there are plenty of people like that. There are plenty of people like that, how that have completely changed their lives and they're doing great. Like,
so it's like maybe that could be an example. So I don't think they should lose their platform only if they're not
should it be
learning.
Okay, here this begs another question. Should it be regulated?
Nah, I don't think it. I don't know. I don't think it should. I don't think it should. I don't think it's. Well, it kind of is already regulated.
It is regulated,
what you say, but like it's not regulated to the point where somebody like the higher ups are going to delete your channel.
When like only when like this is when you can post. This is how long you can do whatever. Like,
I don't think it should be like that. That's a little bit too much censorship.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But,
it's like I said, at this point, it's very complicated because it's up to the person. You know what I'm saying?
It's up to the person.
It's always up to the person.
And the fans have to be the one to decide if they're going to continue supporting. Because if a person's like, they show they're a horrible person, are you going to continue supporting this horrible person? What does that say about yourself?
You as a person? Yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, that's that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
So regulating it would just be like doing like the high hand or whatever the name for that is. It's like you shouldn't be able to.
Like there's a level of control that shouldn't be given to certain people. Yeah, I agree. I tend to agree, but it's a very touchy, complicated subject. You know what I'm saying? Because like even though it seems that we've been in this like cancel culture environment for a while, I feel like I feel like it's still in its infancy. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, people are gonna just get more and more analytical with people's actions.
Yeah, like because the thing is like. I think it's good and bad because at the same time, like people will be smarter about who they support, why they, and like you said, a great point, like why they support people. You know what I'm saying? Because like most of the time, you know, people just support blindly, and that's where like the loyal fans come in. It's like it's just blind support. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why do you support this person?
Yeah, like you just support the name, because
you heard the brand, the content. Like, okay, cool, but. Do you know what they stand for? Do you know, like, you know, why do you relate to them? Like,
you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the NOOOO Boys. Have you seen the NOOOO Boys?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the NOOOO Boys are like they're from Canada. They're from Canada, and they make like what type of like MTV used to do like the party videos, party stuff. Mm-hmm. So they do like that. They do pranks. First they did pranks, and then now they switch to like party culture for like college people. So now they're doing like crazy stuff, like throwing mansion parties and stuff like that. Okay. And then during COVID, like they didn't really take it seriously. Mm-hmm. And then people were like, "Whoa, this is kind of weird. Like these guys aren't really." Mm-hmm. And now they used to do like pranks, but the way that they handle it is kind of it used to be good, but then it got kind of iffy. So now they're like people are looking like. People every time they drop a video, people are like, I don't know if I like this or I don't know how you guys did that or stuff like that. But they have like so many supporters where it's like the support overcrowds.
Oh yeah, it overshadows the.
So I think there are people that also get criticized for what they do, but because of the support that they get, it overshadows and overlaps that. So it's like I remember I think they were on the verge of cancellation one time because of a prank they did. But I don't think they ever got canceled because they had too much support.
Yeah. And that's what goes back to the original thing. What I was saying is like sometimes the fans are literally the ones that can like stop you from getting canceled.
And they had like the upper like from 18 to like 25-year-old college guys who were like all about partying with money and stuff like that. So they had like the boys, boys stuff. So it's like that. I think that's how they were able to deflect some of the cancellation because they had the support from the boys, the wallets, you know?
The wallets, the duffel boys,
the duffel boys, the bag boys. Bag boy. Yeah,
when you said NOOOO Boys, I was like, wait, are you talking about the Island Boys for a second? Island Boy. I'm just trying to make it. I'm an Island Boy.
Oh my gosh, not the Island Boys.
Not those guys. Yeah, those guys are they're doing something.
They're doing something. I don't know what it is, but they're lit, I guess.
They're doing something. But yeah, dude, great combo though. Like this was like a really cool, like in-depth thing because I didn't know if there was gonna be like there's gonna be anything below like the surface concept of cancel culture because
there definitely is.
There definitely is
because it's like bias based on bias because people go through stuff in their own personal life. So if they see something that reflects something that was bad in their personal life with somebody that's doing something, it's gonna be like.
My chest, it hurts.
Like no, not my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people need to think a little harder about, who they support, and think about how you would react if they were to do so. Because, like, I'm sure people have, a lot of the people that we support, they're chilling right now. They haven't done anything crazy that we know about, right? But we need to think about, like, how would we react if they were to do something that we wouldn't agree with? You know what I'm saying? Like, would we just be like, get this guy out of here? Or, get him out! Go! Or would we, like, go, like, that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, would we continue to support them? Would we continue to watch their content, listen to their music, whatever the case is? Maybe take a break. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, a lot of people say, like, or a lot of content or artists say, like, well, I'm gonna take a break, or YouTubers, like, I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Maybe the audience should be the ones taking
the audience say, I'm taking a break.
Yeah. Maybe take a break. Maybe, like, reevaluate why you support this person. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Maybe people should do that.
Yeah, it maybe should be like vice versa. I don't know, but yeah, I think we squeezed everything out of this.
Squeezed
all the juice out of this conversation. I think it was a good combo though. Regardless.
Yeah, that was lit.
But well, fellas, thanks for watching the live version or the video version.
If you're rocking with us, throw your fours on your head.
Yeah, but thanks for watching episode 26. Subscribe. I never say that, but subscribe. Hit that like button. Comment what you think about cancel culture. Hit the notification bell. It's like, no. Whatever. But it's been your boy Luce, aka Gabe, and it's been the homie Ryan.
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you next week. Peace.